with the Lulu on the other side, you have a ranged support who can harass and offer some additional damage. The Pantheon is really, I think, the X factor here in this draft for BNK because it will have a lot of rotational power. They don't have a strong side lane.
And we've got Raptor nowhere near. Diable, I think, has a bit of an idea as to what's going on here, but already Oner comes through. And they get the flash through. That is so beautiful from Keria. Sets it up with the flash prediction, and down goes Diable. Not enough summoner spells for this bottom laner.
I kind of versus the Cull in terms of items here for Diable. Feeling very nice for the Jinx.
Well, there's the flash. Let's see whether VicLa can get that shockwave down. Hits that level 6. And Emperor's Divide is going to be used preemptively here to make sure that he can't get over. Shockwave goes completely wide, though, as Faker's just walking it off.
VicLa's
shifts
face.
the sands, and he's just fine.
Faker's just like, no. Good try, buddy. VicLa's face.
And now this bottom lane is just up a creek that they don't like without a paddle. However, that is going to be the first kill going over to BNK. Now Raptor is going to find Faker trying to make his way back, and there is the orb once again. Faker shifts the sands once more, and the spear does go wide. And so a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane, actually better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And VicLa now is able to farm behind this turret.
Kill goes over to the Lulu on the bottom side, so not as good as it could have his ultimate, but there's not really a great angle to employ it for him, unfortunately. Could try to get into the backline with a wild growth setup if we could see Kellin close that gap. He also has level 6. They're going to try for something.
Yeah, Kellin moving over here. I don't know about this one, as wild growth is available. Lantern can be taken here as the Flame Chompers go down, as VicLa possibly a target here for Faker. No flash. Shockwave comes in onto 3 as the hook is going to connect. VicLa is definitely dead, but can they keep fighting? The answer is no, as Oner just dashes forward still. Diable finding the damage. Moonlight Vigil to take down the Xin Zhao, and now Keria is looking for him. Red White Guns come in, but he doesn't find the hook, and Diable's able to run amok in the fight. Faker able to take the Lantern out, and so T1 will get away. It's looking like we've got a bit of a game on our
Yeah. I like
game number 1. And I do really like the BNK composition. We were talking before about how they've had a lot of synergy success as Hook is going to come down. Diable just walks into it. Peyz has to flash. Diable cannot follow, but Keria is definitely dead. As, yeah, Raptor has it charged up. Peyz in a bit of trouble. The flash from Kellin! Help Pix to take the kill.
All right, send him in.
To help out. Let's have a look at this one more time.
So, I mean, he's on a ward, but we're still going.
Oh dear, Peyz has just made his way back and has now lost half his health already, and now he's dead. Diable is given a kill! There we go, BNK now moved to 6-3, 2.5k gold advantage.
There may be a bit of a bell curve in terms of us having a game and then not having a game that may be occurring. We may be close to not having a game again, Atlas, just in the other direction.
Oh no, that's true. We need to stay in the sweet spot. Okay, T1 makes something happen here as Faker gets the flash down. The ram comes through as well as Diable's knocked up in the game. It's coming back. It's coming back. Well, Faker's going to be able to pick up that kill. Kellin is going down as well. And T1 move back towards the driver's seat. As Peyz cannot catch a break, man. It's just he's trying to get to a mini wave. As Keria is likely dead. The box did come on through, but Raptor will have some more buttons available, and there it is. Now Oner's come on over, though, and no more flash here for Raptor as Teleport brings the Rumble to the bottom lane, and Peyz is going to come over and try and grab the kill, but it is Oner that picks that one up.
I do think in terms of the gold,
and especially when paired alongside these hyper carries that can really get stuff done in the late game.
I'm amazed to hold up Peyz.
That's Moonlight Vigil that comes down, grabbing him, comes on through there, and the Pantheon is going to come down, and yeah, there was no room for a Lantern.
Yeah, Diable is starting to actually get the kills now, too. He's not just getting assists anymore. Yeah, that's just straight up not really much Peyz could have done there. Didn't have flash, got hit by the Moonlight Vigil with grabbing him set.
Yeah, and also
see you later.
It's a fed Lulu, so that he's got an Ardent Sensor built already.
Oh my god!
So Diable may not have any items himself, but thankfully Kellin's built one for him.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a little bit of extra something. This is going to be the first rate going over to BNK, and we have a Mountain Soul this game
here because Peyz can't play the game anymore, and Diable has taken a significant lead if they're going to go for this. VicLa does have TP.
There could be a teleport angle here. We'll just have to see whether they do go for it. And it looks like the answer is going to be no. Clear is just dead. Oner tanks up the turret quite a lot, but he is absolutely fine as Diable is behind this turret. And it's all about cross-map here for BNK. They're like, we do not care about you killing our top laner if we can take the mid lane outer turret,
Top
as
lane
well
outer
as
turret.
the top lane outer.
All plates going over.
Now, junglers, very powerful in this game.
They really are. I mean, everybody's kind of accelerated except Peyz right now.
Oh dear.
This is a crazy TP.
Yeah, let's see whether this one's going to work out as Clear makes his way in. Now Raptor gets on top. That's going to be the shockwave onto one as Oner trying to get himself out of there. There is Clear dying though to Peyz. Peyz actually getting some more money here as now Raptor could be taken down as well. A bridge too far perhaps, but now Diable's able to get that damage through. Super Mega Death Rocket though to answer, and now Diable's frontlining. I'm not sure about this one as he needs as many grab-at-ems as he can. The flash over was so sexy from Diable. Finds the Moonlight Vigil and Peyz shuts him down. T1 will find the team fight in the end, but it looked pretty cool on BNK's side. We are back in game territory.
T1 are going to take this dragon. It's their second of the game, which will put them at just a simple 1 dragon lead here at 19 minutes. But that's a lot of map control taken away from BNK despite those early turrets that went down.
And also there is a lot of standing gold. And it could mean that a lot of these structures are just going to go down and that gold lead could balloon. As now Doran's possibly in trouble. He's looking to try and turn this into a bit of an engage though. Finds the flash forward shockwave just to try and keep Diable alive. It gets the autos down. Faker is taken out, but they are able to answer with the whole bottom lane being destroyed. Raptor with the Aegis not able to get it done, and Peyz, yeah, he's excited now, able to take down his arch nemesis in Raptor on the Pantheon, and 3 already dead in trade for Faker. Clear going to follow. Hook, of course, is going to connect, and the Flame Spitter not doing enough, and another kill over to the Jinx. I mean, it's 22 minutes into the game. We are getting towards said late game, and with Doran at level 14, he's going to start doling out even more as Peyz. Oh dear, he was on the map again. That's problematic.
Yeah, he was almost near his inner. Just going to start the Baron.
Yeah.
Oner does have flash.
I mean, there's a lot of damage onto this as well. As BNK trying to get rid of the vision. T1 not wanting to give this one up as now Oner going to get engaged on here by Clear. He's the one that needs to be there for the smite, so if Clear can actually get him out of here, that could be a big deal as the hook is going to connect, and Keria is going to look to try and take down Clear, but now Faker's in trouble. Polymorphed, and Diable will be able to find the kill before anything's really happened. Clear is going to get traded, and now the Baron is down exceptionally low. Oner still has a health bar, though, and he gets into the pit. It is going to be secured by Raptor, but down goes the Aphelios, and now VicLa is trying to kill Keria. He might be able to do so as the hook doesn't land, and Raptor is able to get himself out of there. BNK somehow find the team fight. I say somehow, I mean, T1 had to fight without their Jinx, but still, I mean, that was a mess until it was fine.
I kind of feel like that was one of the cleanest Barons I've seen from 2 teams in, like, ever. But, I mean, T1 didn't have a Jinx, right? And the setup was terrible. It's still not going to have a Jinx.
Just going to look to kill VicLa here, and VicLa says, I will instead take that.
Yeah, so they didn't have a Jinx. They won't have one anymore.
P50 in the end. It's BNK are going to even out the Drakes. Oh, goodness. There is so much game.
You're game maxing.
We are definitely game maxing. This is the most game I have seen all season long, as the equalizer is not maximizing the amount of game. It was just hanging out. As now Diable wants to take down the Sun Disc, as Doran is going to get a nice knock up there on to the Aphelios, but his damage is actually quite ridiculous now with 3 items complete. The Ram comes on through just to take down Clear, as now Oner looking for the angle. Diable still wanting to fight this, and BNK realizing direction. None of it really all that meaningful, and with all the ornaments, it is a little bit dangerous as, oh dear, Faker's in a side lane. I'm saying oh dear for BNK, because we've seen fights like this break out, and T1 don't seem too worried about it. Teleport is going to come on through, though, as Diable is going to get missed because he does have his trusty minion in the way. Manages to take down the inner turret. Nicely cross-mapped. Like, again, this is what BNK have been so good at this game, and that is keeping T1 honest with their plays. As Doran going to look for a knock-up here, but doesn't quite have enough direction. There's the shockwave, though, as VicLa picks it up. Wild Growth to keep Raptor alive as well, but Peyz is free-hitting. Diable is frontline as he flashes on top of Peyz. Gets the big shield and will go down, but he takes the Jinx with him, and BNK, I think, have enough damage left in the tank. Doran is finally going to burn down, and Keria has to flash. 10 seconds until the Baron. And BNK that was are really good, man!
Yeah, they actually really are. And that was Diable basically just saying, damn it, I said hit the damage dealers! They're all shooting Oren, and
but that one was perfect. and made sure that he went 1-for-1.
T1 somehow gets
be able to get 4 items on the Aphelios. Diable is very scary, but now the ramp comes on through. They get the knock-up, and he gets Wild Growth. Let's see whether Diable can stay alive in this one. I think he might just be able to. Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't quite work, and Raptor stands in front of the hook. Oner looks for the angle as Diable gets so much health back, and Peyz is going to melt as the Flame Splitter comes down. Clear sacrifices himself for his god, and his god is Diable in this game.
Yeah, well, with a 45, 1.5 kills per minute game here, this was a lot of game. This is the kind of game where when the Nexus explodes, you do truly say, GG.
Yeah, we might need to do that. Let's try and do the StarCraft thing. Sorry, the Korean caster thing as this Nexus goes down, because it absolutely deserves it. And BNK, what incredible play around the advantages that they found for themselves. They made this game their own.
It's so scary unless you have all the information, right? And when you have second pick, you get to pull that card out. And Edo locks it in here, but he's saying, like, okay, this is great into Silas, it's great into Ambessa, it's obviously pretty good in that little base there as well.
And, oh, okay, good charm connects onto Faker here, who hasn't actually teleported yet, thank goodness. And he will now, Faker, as he does make his way back. So understandable that they don't want to go too far, as Clear with the Dominus against Doran. And the slice comes through, but Doran tunnels his way out.
Too bad.
Go back home.
Clear not having the flash to follow. Gets the flash out of Doran, and will get plate money and deny farm.
Yeah,
BNK's early game, pretty insane.
Well, there's a great knock-up as the flash charm comes through. Oner is lit on fire, and that is first blood going over to the Jarvan. VicLa avoids the chains as Faker has stolen the ulti and will find the follow-up kill. Now Keria moving over, but is unable to get the headbutt over the wall. That you can get out of the steadfast presence, and with the fact that creating space with the Keeper's Verdict is going to be so incredibly important. Oner is making his way in. Public Execution goes wide, though, but the chains do connect. Good charm from VicLa, but I don't know whether he's out of dodge just yet, as he is going to get taken down. There is the Cataclysm, though, as now Oner stuck inside the circle. Teleports coming in, but they're turtle ports. And oh my goodness, the takedown from this Poppy as he just heroically charges Ambessa to the Nether Realm. Try and challenge for this dragon. Kellin moving over. Does have the Keeper's Verdict available. Let's see whether he can use it to guarantee some position, but there's the flash pulverize. He does get the ulti off, but it's only onto Keria, and he just dies. As a result, still Raptor's able to take the dragon. That could be important. Flags and drags, gets himself out. Poppy for Drake? I guess you possibly take that.
Yeah, it really depends on what soul we get.
Flash,
which was a big concern for looking for that contest on the dragon itself. This Faker.
There's a big old Cataclysm. Manages to get the ulti out of VicLa here, as we do have the teleport upgrading, but we don't see the charm. Still the Cataclysm comes in, and Raptor's there to bail out it.
To just farm it out and ignore team fights. This game is a lot less bloody than the last one, but still a lot of action.
There's another Dominus as Raptor's going in, but so is Keria over the other side, but trading places not quite working out. Public Execution onto the Jarvan as the Cataclysm comes down. He tries to get out, but he fails, and it's Oner that takes down his opposition. Kellin's flashing. They know that they have to get out of there, and Diable has to flash as well, as now Faker has discovered the Poppy. And I don't know whether Kellin is going to be escaping this one. The charm is going to get avoided, and Kellin should be going down. It takes a bit of Kellin to take down a Poppy, but Faker is going to get him in the end. As Clear might just take this turret and got a solo kill onto Doran, I believe, in the top lane while that was all happening.
Yeah, finally got the kill he's been looking for all game. Finally this time the margins were there. He does not have boots, by the way, still. The balanced team, that is. As a TP is going to come through here for Faker. And we're grouped around the bottom side. There's no dragon for 3 minutes. We're fighting anyways.
Yep, Rogue Charge comes in. Keria does have the ulti as Chains of Corruption does connect. And now Raptor well in amongst it. Public Execution not quite going to work out, but even through the Unbreakable Will, it is going to be the cow going down. Great steadfast presence there, but Kellin, I think, is still going to get taken out as Faker is just way too big in this game. Took a lot to take down the Poppy, though, and there is a shutdown onto Diable as Faker is going to fall finally. And now you've got Raptor riding this Rift Herald into all the crystalline overgrowth in the mid lane. That is going to be BNK taking out this outer turret in mid,
the second
getting
turret of the game.
More money.
Yeah, this is a really strong position here right now for BNK.
Diable.
And like, I don't know where he's going to send for this Sivir comp that they don't even necessarily need. It's pretty huge, but they are not set up to contest, and there's no TP for VicLa.
All right, now they're going to try and turn onto Raptor. There's the flash knock-up as Keeper's Verdict just gets rid of two of them and keeps Raptor alive. Still, the Drake is going to get rushed down, and T1 will hit Double Dragon before...
About what the rest of these fights could look like, because it was a bit haphazard, but however...
All right, there's a knock-up onto Oner. As Chain's going to miss, VicLa now looking for a way to get in. Great Charm is going to connect, but the public execution is going to mitigate it completely, and down goes Raptor. VicLa should be following here as the auto is in the air from Peyz, and they just wipe out
Baron.
the Fox Lady. That should be Baron, and oh dear. Oh,
yeah.
the game was there, it was on the hands, and now it's until much later in this game, if we even get there. As T1 look to take down their first turret of the Baron.
Turn that into a turret take here in mid, which is arguably the most important turret right now that T1 haven't gotten.
Well, there is Dominuses happening all over the place here as Faker is fighting against Clear. Doesn't quite find the chain lash, but Cull the Meek not exactly doing exactly what it wants. As Faker gets flashed on here, Clear looks for the angle, and he gets sliced and diced!
The only way
Clear cleans him up!
The only way Clear wins, Diable has to be very careful about how he's positioned. It's going to take a long time to cut through that front line.
Yeah. All right, let's see whether BNK can find themselves a team fight, though. That's going to be the question, as VicLa has to throw down the ulti. Doran a little bit frustrating here on the sidelines, but does have his ultimate on cooldown as well. Maybe isn't going to be quite as dangerous in team fights. Still, this is going to be sole point for T1 if they're able to lock down this dragon. And they do pull it out, and I don't see too much of a contest here out of BNK. Let's see whether Raptor can go for a bit of a steal, as Keeper's Verdict just gets cancelled immediately.
Yeah, they just want to knock Oner away and steal. When that doesn't work, they just back off. They were just hoping for Keeper's Verdict into a little flag and drag action. Maybe they can get the punish.
Yeah, as Chains of Corruption connects onto Kellin, he just absorbs so much damage. And is now just not really going to be a factor here in this fight as Doran tries to save this turret. These minions just die so quickly. Faker in a side lane though.
Yeah.
This is the problem. T1 can just sort of build the clock.
Faker also, I think, I'm not sure if he should stay here because there's company coming. His top laner has teleport.
Yeah, and we know that just the Crocodile is a dangerous one. Now there's a Jarvan there as well. Teleport's coming in, Cataclysm goes down, and now with this teleport coming through, Doran does have a large shield, but I don't know whether he's going to have it for very long. And in fact, it just immediately evaporates. He now has to tunnel his way out. And with On the Hunt, there is a chance that BNK can even catch up to this Rek'Sai, although Raptor is going to find it with the flash. Doran now gets a little bit of a knock-up, though, and does have the ulti back off cooldown, and Clear is there with the Ruthless Predator, and down goes the Rek'Sai.
BNK out-macroing T1?
Oh dear, and maybe it's not over, as Oner is going to discover Clear and then just dashes away Ambassador style.
Like, everything
public executions this time.
Look at Clear's positioning as well. He's also threatening on the flank.
Yep, and does have the Cloud Rift there as well to make sure that he's real speedy. As Doran gets the knock-up, as he has to slice to get out of the way, but there's the Keeper's Verdict now on cooldown. Gets rid of Doran here in this moment. Public execution comes down. Steric's not quite going to be enough. However, he does slice his way out even through the exhaust. But now going to have to be teleporting back into this fight, and the Dragon has already been started here by T1. Kellin looking for an angle. VicLa dives in, gets the charm onto Faker, and then gets himself out. Faker steals away his ultimate, though, is now Diable having to flash, but he'll be taken out as Peyz snipes him from the back line. He'll get rid of the Poppy as well, and now Faker's popping off, getting those resets, and finally Clear comes back in, but he's alone. T1's team fighting just too good in the end, and it's only Raptor that lives to tell the tale.
And VicLa's gambit. Pretty horrifying. Silas speedy. And with Cloud Soul, it's pretty insane. IE's done for Diable. It's going to have to put it to good work here on this defense. Sivir can buy you so much space against Baron because her wave clear, as you can see on your screen and with your eyes right now, is pretty bonkers. But it's still not going to... Okay, hold up. Diable, no.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see is Diable. I don't think he's going to be able to spell shield that one as Raptor looks to try and put Faker into the Cataclysm, and it does not work. This is game over, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot have a Sivir step that far forward. As Clear says, yes, in this game I was very fed, but unfortunately if my whole team dies, I cannot do it alone. That's going to be the ace, and T1 just go from winning a team fight to game over in the click of your fingers.
Yep, that's all it takes. And poor Diable, he cleared that wave really hard. In the lane, that is to say. Like, nothing.
The problem is
in the lane.
then a Maokai in the game.
Yeah.
So then you just get twistedly advanced.
He is going to have to find some crazy angles, which also means that they're probably going to have map control, which means
they can cleanse back.
Yeah, it's a boots advantage for Peyz. That's really all he has with that back he got earlier. So,
yeah, nice little knock up here as Kellin in a little bit of trouble. Does have to flash to get himself out of the way as somehow that beat drop does nothing at all. Meanwhile, Oner is going to discover Raptor here in his jungle. The bird is moving down though. And Arcane Smash, there's that extra 10 damage, baby.
there you go.
And
I think he's dead.
He's going to look for it. There's a twisted advance and the Arcane Smash! It's called Bramble Smash now, ladies and gentlemen. It hasn't been Arcane Smash for a very long time, as now Faker is looking to try and get that kill back. Oh, Raptor gets the level up! And he's able to stay.
Atlas, this is a bit of a strong start here with the Prio in these lanes. The Rise is winning too.
Oh, okay. There's the ulti from VicLa. Finds Faker here, and that's a solo bolo for VicLa! And he walks his way out. And in the meantime, the smite is going to go over to Oner. He does finally find level 6 as Twisted advances onto a clone. But BNK, man, they took that last game personally.
With that swap of the Rise into the top lane. And for VicLa as a player, it's always the aggressive picks you're excited about, right? It's the Yones, the Akalis, the Aris, right? He got the flash to get the egg earlier, and now he knows no egg.
Yep, and he already called it as well. Gets the knock up, gets that perfect setup, and just knows. As meanwhile, we've got Keria in a bit of trouble here towards the top side of the map. Flashed, but that is not going to get him out of dodge. As now, the return on the bottom side, as there is the Nature's Grasp. The encore comes through, good flash from Peyz, goes right over the top, but the beat has been dropped. Still, Peyz survives with 100 health. The arrow going to connect the splash damage, not enough, and Keria blocks the volley. And the curtains are now getting called. Flash out there from Diable as Raptor gets the interrupt. And Diable, can you actually get any of the kills here as BNK looks to try and turn this around? If at first you don't succeed, try again. And there are no teleports to try and get under here. There's the high note, and that's the double kill for Kellin.
Raptor doesn't pick up aggro, he doesn't touch him, and he gets away. And more than the kills going over the
turret shot, they got the reset, so it's not doing that massive amount of ramp damage. As now Keria and Doran continuing to fight. Slashing Maelstrom comes in here as Keria looking to escape and is going to be able to do so with that Realm Warp. As Doran still looks for it, he just finds the solo! Oh, that was a mistake there from the Rise. Meanwhile, we've got another team fight happening as the Nature is grasping one more time. And VicLa, oh, just barely out of range. VicLa does take a lot.
They need to make something happen here because they're going to lose their bottom turrets. They need a cross map. There's the TP from Keria. They are going to go for the dive.
Yeah, well, Keria doesn't have any minions to worry about, but the curtains have been called and the rest of T1 are here. Let's see whether the DDR is going to work.
Arrow coming.
As the slow comes on through, yes, the arrow is going to ascend. That does connect onto Keria. Fair bit of damage back, but Peyz is still able to lock that one down. And yeah, that is just a little bit of an overloading of the top side of the map there for T1. And Diable, in the meantime, just takes that first turret off the map. 3 daggers, he's full build. My goodness. Kraken Slayer done though, that's obviously the main thing. So this Ashe is very frightening. Ulti comes through here from VicLa, looking to try and grab another egg out of Faker. Gets the knock up from the Q as Raptor's moving over, not in range of the Twisted advance. But the kitty cat gets a little bit angry.
This is not a comfortable position for Faker, despite having his passive.
As well as it's Ocean and Chemtech, our first two. As out goes VicLa. Doran is pretty scary. Slicing Maelstrom comes through, but the rest of BNK are making their way over. That's a solo. And so BNK...
I'm not really doing anything skillful. I'm killing them. And Doran's just the punish guy today as we're going to see a fight.
Yeah, they're going to look for the angle here as the Encore does come on down. That is going to interrupt the engage, but Oner is already dead. Diable gets so much of his health back with that surround sound and a huge shield from his barrier as well. That's Keria locking down the kill onto Keria. The flash from Faker really wanting to take down Diable. But the Ashe is looking to try and kite. The beat drops, and he's down to the egg once again. Diable stands strong, and BNK find another team fight.
Find you a support who watches Diable like Kellin does.
Absolutely.
Hey, this guy has Echoes of Helia online here, and he's going to pick up a bunch of extra gold. Diable even picks up the kill.
Oh, man, look at his health bar. Goes down to 200, then gets the barrier and the surround sound from this... From this Seraphine.
I didn't even quite realize that he just barely got over the wall as well. He knows the range. He's begging, asking for help for Kellin. Kellin does help. I want to watch Kellin's first-person view on this one as well. But man,
out of turret in a bit of trouble as he procs the Q. and Diable should be able to grab it. There it is.
I think we don't have a lot of game on our hands in this one.
Yeah, the game has drifted over to the other side as now VicLa is trying to get a little bit back here as Doran, another ulti comes on through. This time VicLa out of range as he rebinds, but Oner is going to move on over. Let's see whether VicLa can at least kill the minion wave before he does go down.
BNK, I think it's Doran's birthday.
Yeah, I think so. That is going to be VicLa going down.
Doran's like, what are they doing? I'm really just, I'm getting confused.
I mean, he's so incredibly powerful, BNK, utilizing their 4,000 gold advantage in order to make sure that they pick that one up. Man, this is just a ridiculous gold advantage. And BNK's composition, just in general, looks great. Beautiful little tiara picked up here by Kellin as well. 2 items on the double kill Seraphine. There's a knock-up onto Doran. Flash Twisted Advance comes on through as the Nature is grasping one more time. Ulti comes down, but Doran is able to buy a little bit of space. Still, the Kitty Cat comes down, and VicLa is able to lock that one up. There was also an arrow in the air, and so the cannon gets where he's going to go as the teleport into the backline is going to come on through. BNK do manage to get here, but T1 have this Baron so incredibly low. Arrow going to connect. There is the Encore. That's the Baron secured, but can they keep themselves alive as the Nature's Grasp comes down, and Oner is going to be the first one to die. Clear has now found Doran, and Doran's just going to die. A solo kill for the Rise, who has felt like an afterthought this game. 2 dead in trade for the Baron. We've seen that not work out for the Baron up team, and especially when BNK have so much control over these lanes.
Yeah, and now there's no jungler to punish the push here for BNK. They're going to have to hope their Baron buff minions can defend here. This turret is not long for this world, as they don't have the wave anymore, so it will take a little bit longer, I suppose, as that top turret is also just going to go down to BNK as this Baron buff withers away. I think that was a good call from T1, and they had Doran on the flank to try to mitigate any sort of team fight.
Raptor looking to engage Cone his way in as Keria in a bit of trouble, has to flash to get himself out of the way. Faker slowed down by the volley as Diable's in the front line. Does get hit by that crit, but it is going to be Raptor now that's in a little bit of trouble. Look at that health bar, though. It's gigantic, and in goes VicLa, finding the ulti angle, and they just eviscerate Keria and get themselves out.
And Clear isn't even here. He is going to show up here on the flank now, but they're essentially doing this fight without him, and now Oner thinks he can get his buff.
And maybe Dagon was right this whole time. Maybe Raptor is just the greatest jungler ever. As VicLa is down very, very low. There's a slicing Maelstrom, but there's no follow-up onto Doran. And now the curtains are being called. Faker in a bit of trouble as Clear does have his Seraphs, and so the shield is going to help him.
And so we don't misquote Dagon. Dagon said he was top 3. If he wins this series, you know, he will be.
I was being a little facetious, you know, as now Faker is going to look for Diable. He has the barrier, and down he goes to the egg. Peyz is dead as well as the Q snipes him down. And there goes the Onivia. Keria cannot do anything. He's dead. It's a double for Diable. And BNK, I think, are just going to march down this bottom lane and look to put an end to game number 3.
This was a very, very creative draft that I wasn't sure if we could trust, because it's just kind of unexplored territory, but they made it look absolutely broken. The coordination was great.
And with the Red Bull Baron power play, it looks like T1 is sponsoring Red Bull after all of that money, as finally Raptor does go down. This inhibitor turret is going to go as well. A 5,000 negative Red Bull Baron power play. That is a large one, as now VicLa could be getting flanked. Keria looking to make his way in, but Doran, I don't think he's going to be able to get the follow-up. As let's just see. Yeah, he's just going to take a merry jaunt to get himself out. The ulti is going to be used. It's like, and of course, BNK, they can give away as many dragons as they would like, because of course they've taken the first 3 all for themselves. VicLa looking for a few Qs, does miss most of them. Good footwork there from Faker.
Faker's like, oh, thank God it's over. And then, well, I thought we were going to see the arrow over the wall.
How many teams have come back from a 14,000 gold lead this season in the LCK Cup?
Just one team, actually.
Which team was that?
It was T1.
Aha!
Not to be confused with SK Telecom, of course, the previous team.
That was the previous team.
It was under the T1 banner after the rebranding.
Got it. Okay, team. Good. And speaking of gold lead, Oner actually does have one as well, which is kind of crazy. Arrow going to catch Keria in the middle of his grand exit, and Diable just walks him down. Is it going to be enough, though, as they look for the curtain call, and Diable just stands behind the tanky boys. The Wukong aren't able to do anything, and BNK just wipe out 2 already. Now Faker, Peyz, and Doran, can they hold on to the base? That is the question. Slicing Maelstrom is there, and it's going to need to be massive. Clear takes matters into his own hands. There's the ulti from VicLa, and they just take down the cannon before Doran can do anything at all. And Keria is just tanking up. Nexus turrets doesn't seem to care too much at all as Diable is peppering these ones down. Faker is discovered. The flash twisted advance there from Raptor is good as Keria has respawned already. Gets a nice double knock-up. But where is the damage? It is just absent here on T1. BNK's lead too large. And they will take down both Nexus turrets and the Nexus and look for match point. One more win from this team as Diable goes complete beast mode in the enemy found.
It's really said, I like the Jackson Gnar matchup, but most people have considered this Gnar to be a strong counter pick. And Doran is essentially saying, I can handle that because it will be worth it to have another threat.
As a play-by-play, I get to say that name, like, kind of, still. All right, Oner going to get discovered here by Raptor. That's kind of what Raptor has really liked here, as Kellin taking way too much damage towards the bottom lane, lit on fire, and the flash over the mega fire kick is kind of crazy from Peyz. Diable still able to offer damage back, but they do get all of the summoners out of Kellin.
Yeah, this can backfire because Diable has both sums, and it's a 3v3 now here in the jungle.
Rock. See? Told you wanted to eat the rock as Peyz.
Yeah.
He just gets flashed on because his flash was down.
That was not
Diable's
a favorable
looking
trade.
for another one, but it's going to let Keria live for the moment.
That is not Guma's spot, but he is absolutely having the series of his life, and they're drafting for him too in this one. Like, you know, this is BNK saying, we trust this guy, he's young, he's not that experienced just yet, hasn't played too many big best of fives like this. But we know
still
that
here. And so BNK, they will get some advanced warning of the rock moving over. Kellin spots him. There is the flash, but they catch the dash. There's the hook from Keria. And Diable, he survives for a long time, but will be taken out. There's the T1 answer.
Yeah, no flash for Diable after the previous play. And a bit of a caster curse.
Twisted Fate moving towards his Rod of Ages as soon as he can. Faker is doing a lot of work, though, as we can see here. He may have actually just lost a cannon as Diable, he's angry. Going to throw out that culling, gives Keria a bit of a back massage.
Pretty difficult to dive here.
Overgrowth going to be taken down. Here's the gate to come on through as VicLa right underneath the turret will get knocked up as Peyz is going to be the target, but he takes a long time to kill. Raptor just tanks it up, and he will be A-OK. Wildcard's not enough to take down Keria, and the Rock is moving in. Faker there as well. Walks over control vision as Diable is still trying to get more kills. As Faker goes between worlds, but immediately he's CC'd. Keria gets the Titan's Wrath as there's the ulti from Oner, but the flash out from Diable's fantastic. Still, he's going to go down, and down goes the Troll as well. T1, they are looking for some silver scrapes, and if they keep playing like this, they may find him.
Yeah, still, though, I mean, it's not that bad for BNK. At the end of the day, they end up getting the kill onto Peyz. And, I mean, VicLa for this Yunara becomes a bigger threat later on. You know, Cull is running here for Peyz.
Oh, VicLa goes back and completes some items here at the same time. Faker looks to try and grab that plate, but I don't think he's going to be able to do so as Diable's dashing in. Hook is not going to connect there as the fire kick comes down. Has to invest the ultimate, does Keria, as the Drake is going to be taken here. Now Oner is looking to try and pick up the kill on to clear. That Mega Gnar is coming through though, and he elects, oh, he didn't even have the ulti, so never mind. Oner wasn't able to get too much of a follow-up, and there is a big difference between a Malphite ganking without ult and a Malphite ganking with ult.
Yes, and also there's a pretty big difference in the impact that his ultimate, when he didn't secure the kill, made, and this gank here on the bottom side securing more plates for this accelerated lore, and they're going to try to kill Doran and take this turret off the map. Peyz cannot impact this at all.
Yep, Gnar is just going to be thrown out for fun there from Clear, and I don't think Doran is going to be able to do much of anything at all. There's the culling. That's going to take him down, and now they're looking for the turret here as well. That'll be first turret blood if they're able to get there, and you can see Peyz is so far away from that bottom outer. And when you group up to take turrets on this patch, it's actually better than what it was previously.
Absolutely. And there is a smiling Stevie Max somewhere because we haven't used this term in a while, but it's starting to feel like Funelution in this one. As they send him to the top lane, he picks up another kill. By default, Diable can flash it and kill him, or sometimes just get hit by the ultimate and then shoot him and kill him as well.
Oh no. There's the house,
Faker.
And the Gnar is going to hit this time around. I think Clear could have done that by himself, as now Peyz taking so much damage here from Diable, who's got a Kraken Slayer, now building towards his Essence Reaver. This Lucian is getting very frightening as the fire kicks are coming on through. Peyz going to get interrupted as Raptor comes on over to clear out vision. And BNK, they just stayed right on this front foot, and it looks like they are never stepping back. T1, speaking of which, they're going to have to.
They can't do anything here. I mean, at least they're getting the cross on the Jax on the top side, but it's being matched by Gnar bottom side, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 on turrets. They already got the top side turret with the roam up from Diable. And so this is a big trade up again for BNK. The macro really good off of just a pick onto that Aurora. Faker's Aurora now 1 and 2 in this game. Massively far behind because of the BNK, but it's backed up by phenomenal performances across the board.
I think the way they played out this game as well, with the Trundle into Malphite and the fact that Raptor immediately starts counter jungle against Doran, dives on top of VicLa, and now this pillar is being very annoying. Raptor turns up at perfect time. Good leap strike to get Doran out of there, but he does have to invest it. Ulti now on cooldown as well.
And BNK are like, yeah, Dragon's up. Don't care about that. It's Ocean Dragon. I already got the 2 real ones. I'm going to drop my Herald on your top inner and maybe even going to crash on your inhibitor turret.
Oh my goodness. That's going to be a charge onto the inhib. As now Raptor is just walking back down towards this dragon as well. And Oner, he can't start that one up. Doran is down here just trying to mop up the mess in the top lane. As Raptor moves in, Keria is there with Peyz, but the hook is going to go wide. Fire kick comes on through as well, but it is Raptor taking a lot of damage. Now the subjugate comes on through and they turn onto VicLa. He goes between worlds, getting combo down and will be taken out. It takes a while, but he eventually does go down as now Doran gets into the mix. Raptor looking a little worse for wear, but stays alive for the moment, and now the pillar is in. There's the counter strike. They land on top of Kellin, but he is not the primary target, and clear. Getting into that backline, down goes Peyz, and without the Inara, there is so much damage missing, and now it's Diable's turn as he flashes out of the counter-strike, and Faker is going to get mopped up as well. It should be a triple as he dashes after Faker to pick it up, and I think BNK cannot be stopped.
I think they might have just punched their ticket, Atlas. Unreal.
He's performing well on it. Same with his Renekton that we saw even in the loss, where he had an insane performance there. T1 just cannot even get in their jungle now.
All right, the Destiny comes on through, the gate comes out. That's the unstoppable force used defensively as Faker gets a house thrown at him. I think it's a drill here, space drill. As now Diable looking for an angle as Keria taking so much damage. The exhaust onto Doran means that there's no re-engage. But BNK, I think just testing the waters, seeing whether any cracks show up. And T1 are going to be forced to back away. Crystalline Overgrowth goes pop, and BNK look to try and take down this inner turret as well. Once again, we have bounties on the map. And we were talking about backs against the wall. T1 are in the wall.
Yeah, they're looking like
that Lich Bane, they do really hurt. And Diable, he's got 3 done, so they're looking for this. There is the engage from Oner, though. They're looking to try and get on top of Diable, but with Kellin, he survives for such a long time, but finally, he's taken down. The flash from Raptor, though. No 80 carries left on the Rift, but VicLa is in melee range with Oner and Doran, and it's now Doran's turn to go insane. Still, he's able to get himself out of there. A 1-for-1 as both of the ADs are just gone.
Yeah, this was the best possible scenario for T1 in terms of the engage. Unfortunately, Peyz was taken out by a quick, snappy reaction there by BNK, and now challenging for this dragon is just not realistic, I think, for T1, as Doran might actually also be in trouble here as Clear gets his Narbar. House won't connect, but TP has to be committed, and Raptor is just soloing this. I think this is just Ocean Soul over to BNK.
Yeah, and Ocean Soul actually kind of insane on a Trundle who just likes to have
probably end up getting way more than that. Clear was not even here, by the way, for the initial part of this fight.
Yep, and now Keria is dealing with a culling, and that is a back massage that he does not like to see. Another unstoppable force comes down, but where's the follow-up? Faker does find it here, and Diable is going to get taken out. Doran now going to dive in on top of Raptor, who's looking so difficult to kill, especially with Kellin alongside the flash from Clear, but he doesn't find the Gnar angle, and now a gold card comes in. They're looking to try and stop Doran, and there is the Gnar finally, but it's just not going to do enough, as Kellin cannot keep all of his carries alive, especially with Diablo on the floor. Still, Clear is there. He hits Mini Gnar. He's like, I'm the AD carry now, and I guess he is.
The wallets are so heavy. Turn as T1 rush over. Heavy lifting here from Clear. Hysterics procs here in the end of this fight. So you can see T1 watch on. No flash for Oner. He has his ult.
Clear's going in. There's the gate. It's now Peyz. Oh, he's too far forward. Clear looking for the angle. Look at that Narbar. Still, he has to get ulted by Oner to make sure that they have the peel. And Oner might be a hero. He has saved his AD carry, but he has to sacrifice himself. That means the jungle is dead, and the Baron should go over to BNK.
Yeah, this was a desperate situation for T1, no matter which way you look at it. They wanted to get in there, look for some sort of engage with BNK.
And like, this is the same roster. Like, it's absolutely absurd. As, yep, the library continues here. As Doran He's going to get pillared momentarily. VicLa looks to try and find a gold card, but Doran gets himself out of there. He's going to be okay for the moment. Problem is, does not really change the state of this game. This large minion wave. What the heck was that damage?
Pretty unreal.
So that's a Lich Bane proc with some crystalline overgrowth, I guess.
There's
that tower just dies.
There's no TP for Faker. There's no TP for Doran. There's only one ward they could use to try to flank anyways. They just have to wait this out, but it's 2 more minutes. This should be the beginning of the end, barring a huge mistake. Some miracle flash ult from Oner onto Diable with follow-up. They're just going to play it slow. They're going to play it safe, and T1 fans pray they make that error.
This is crazy, though, as Keria, he goes in, he gets pillared. There's another Destiny to come forward as Keria looking very worse for wear. VicLa decides not to gate just yet, finally pulls the trigger as the gold card connects onto Faker. Now Clear finds him with the Gnar. He tries to go between worlds, but unfortunately, he goes to the world that nobody wants to go to with the gray screen. As Oner, he's going to get turned on as well and eaten by a Raptor. Is this just the end of the game? Is this just the end of the series? Has BNK done it? It was only 3 best of 5s between these organizations, and BNK are going to even that scoreline as there's the flash onto the fountain, obviously, there from Diable and BNK FEARX. They will be going to Hong Kong, and they are going up against Gen